Welcome, Taurus, to High Priestess Influence and to your general weekly reading. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for January 27th through February 2nd. Of course, dates are approximate and flexible. You may find resonance with this message whenever you view it, or you may find none at all. Just take anything that resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. And remember, never put anyone else's judgment or opinion above your own. And also, Taurus, remember the cards are just here as a guide, not as predictors. So, it's kind of like reading the energies that as they stand and maybe providing guidance to either change them or improve them or keep the energies going. So energies are always changing, always fluid. So again, nothing etched in stone. If you find something that you want to be etched in stone, then you know what? Focus on that. Focus on that energy with positivity and high expectations. So right now we have from the minor arcana, we have one card for the physical realm. I think that's two cards there for the mental realm, and then one card for the message from the spiritual realm. Nice. And let's get one card from the major arcana for the overall energy, my Taurus friends. Oh, that's too many. Okay, can we get one card from the major arcana? Yes, we can. And we have Justice. Justice came out sideways. I'm putting it upright, but let's see if anything, if that matters or if anything comes to me. All right, let's take a look at the physical realm here. So, Taurus, in your midst, there is someone, it could be male or female, and it's possible that it is an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but I don't necessarily feel that way at all. What I feel is though, this is someone, again, it could be male or female, but I feel as though there's someone around you who can maybe help you clarify things, talk things through with you, be a sounding board, maybe have a new way of looking at things, a new way of presenting things. Maybe someone who can provide you with looking at something in a different way, or provide you with something you never thought of before. Like, oh, you're talking about something, maybe a direction you'd like to go in. And, someone says, well, have you considered this? Oh, you know what? No, I never have. Wow. That sounds interesting, or something like that. But I feel as though there's someone around you with whom you may want to chat this week. You may find yourself talking things over with someone who's really very good at kind of like sorting things out, not telling you what to do. Okay, you need to be your own decision maker. Seriously, Taurus, this is not about someone telling you what to do, but sometimes people talking things out with people can provide us clarity or give us some new idea to which we can respond or we can react, and just give us some new ideas. But really, whatever this is about, if there are decisions to be made, you need to make them yourself, Taurus. Okay. So in your mental realm, you have the Five of Swords with the Seven of Wands beneath it. So with the Five of Swords, it may be here that you are not in alignment with some of the things that the Queen of Swords tells you. You may be feeling, taken advantage of, or I don't know. I feel like that you're kind of in disagreement with something that the Queen of Swords, again, male or female, um, has told you or is telling you. Um, like you don't accept it or you don't agree with it or it's not a good idea. And it may be, it may be, Taurus, that I'm feeling as though the Queen of Swords made or is making a recommendation to you, and you don't feel up to the challenge. And I'm sensing that you feel as though this Queen of Swords is maybe expecting too much of you, or the ideas that the Queen of Swords is espousing are too big or too grandiose or out of reach. And it's not something that you want to take on at this time. So yeah, I'm really feeling, Taurus, here, like you're talking something out with this person here, who I do feel a positive energy about. I feel as though this person might, well, it is a general reading, so it may turn out to be negative for some of you. But I don't feel as though this person necessarily means you harm. But it's like you're talking it out with this person, maybe looking for some clarity. But I feel like this person makes a suggestion or is presenting something that you don't agree with. Something you don't want to take on, you don't want to deal with. Like you feel like you're not up to it, or it's too much. It's too much. You want me to try this, or you think I would be good at that? No. I'm not up to that. That's not for me. That's not right for me. There's like I feel like a lot of resistant energy here in your mind, Taurus. But you know what? The universe is telling you here with the Six of Wands here that you need to kind of accept your place. You need to accept that I feel like you're capable of maybe of more than you realize, but other people realize it. Other people see the potential in you. Other people see what you are and what you bring to the table. I think you're unaware of some of your gifts, Taurus. I think you have these ways of being that are unconscious to you, and you're unaware of some of your gifts, but other people can see it. And I just got the feeling, Taurus, that you need to find a balance between the conscious world and the unconscious world. In other words, what you know, maybe that's also why this came out sideways too. What you know about yourself to be true, what you recognize in yourself as your strengths, and I don't even want to say weaknesses, but as not the opposite of your strengths, but as areas where you maybe don't have natural ability or natural strengths. I never want to say weaknesses, because I really, it might be just a lack of interest. But also, listen, I do feel as though we're born with, certain tendencies that we chose for ourselves coming into this world. We chose to come into this world a certain way. We have certain tendencies, certain areas of strength, certain areas we can count on. And then there are other areas that we just weren't interested in, and we just didn't give ourselves those strengths. It doesn't mean that they're weaknesses. It just means that they're not areas in which we naturally excel. It doesn't mean that we can't develop in those areas. Not at all. I don't believe that at all. But what I'm feeling here is that there are some aspects about you, Taurus, aspects that you gave to yourself that you are not recognizing, strengths that you have that you are recognizing. And I feel as though this person represented by the Queen of Swords sees these strengths in you, can see this in you, but it's in your unconscious and you're not aware of it and you disagree. You're saying, no, that's not me. I can't do that. That's, this is what you're thinking in your mind, or you may even be saying it but your focus is, I can't do that. I'm not up to that. I can't take on that challenge. I can't take that on. I'm not up to that. I'm not good at that. I can't handle that. But the universe wants you to know that whatever it is, you need to see yourself the way others see you. And others are recognizing your talents. Others are recognizing your abilities. Others are recognizing what you bring to the table. Others can see it, even if they're not verbalizing it to you. And that may be why you got this card, and you need to know that others see stuff in you that you don't see, Taurus. So if someone else is reflecting back to you what you are and it's positive, then believe them. Believe those people. Because we do have unconscious aspects about ourselves that we either begin to recognize over time, or that sometimes we recognize at a young age because other people point it out to us, and then we realize, oh, you know what? They're right. I do tend to be this way, or I do tend to be that way, or I am good at this, I am good at that kind of thing. And that's what I feel like this is here. I feel like the Queen of Swords, and it's possible for some of you that the Queen of Swords is more than one person. It's just someone who can see you clearly and has something to say that could be of value to you. You feel like you're not up to it, that you disagree with it. You don't think that you're capable of it, yet these unconscious aspects are obvious to others, Taurus. So, the advice here is for you to try to see yourself the way others see you. And I just got the expression good or bad. So even if someone's telling you something, listen, Taurus, you have a tendency to do this, and you don't even like to hear that, if it's coming from a person who isn't, who generally has a good heart and a good mind and is someone you would expect to be on your side, if someone is letting you know this, then I really feel like good or bad, Taurus, try to recognize it in yourself and don't fight it. Because even if it is a perceived weakness, there are two sides to each coin. Something that you may perceive as a weakness definitely has a strength in it, especially if it's part of who you are. You didn't come here and give yourself weaknesses. You gave yourself certain traits, certain tendencies, and you can focus on the positive side of that tendency, or you can focus on the negative side of that tendency. That's where the justice sideways comes in. Finding the balance. It's kind of like it's your choice, Taurus. You want to focus on the negative side of your tendencies? Then be my guest. But you really should be focusing on the positive side of those tendencies. Wow, Taurus. Wow. I feel like this is a very powerful message for you. So, overall, Taurus, to sum it up, I feel as though if you recognize this in yourself at all, try not to resist what that person or those people represented by the Queen of Swords this week are telling you. If they are telling you that you have certain strengths or certain traits or certain tendencies, don't resist it. Don't feel like you're not up to it or that you can't deal with it. Try to see yourself the way everyone else sees you, and make sure you focus on the positive side of the coin, the positive side of what you're being told. Don't have a knee-jerk reaction and say, well, you're telling me I'm like that. well, that seems like a weakness. And I don't think I'm like that. No, 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 no. Not at all. Every trait, every tendency that we have that is built into us has the potential for the positive and the potential for the negative. Trust what those around you see in you and contemplate the positive side of that tendency or that trait. Think about it really seriously, Taurus. I feel very strongly that if this resonates at all with you, take it to heart and focus on the positive side of what you've been told about yourself, because there definitely is one. We always tend to default to the negative. No, no, no. It's your choice, Taurus. But if I were you, I would totally contemplate, give some thought to the positive sides of you, the positive side of whatever others see in you. Okay, my Taurus friends, it is a general reading. If it doesn't resonate, go check out your moon and rising sign messages instead. I want to thank you so very much for being with me. If you feel inclined to support this channel, all you have to do is give it a thumbs up, maybe subscribe, and maybe click the notification bell. Either way, Taurus, thanks so much for being with me. I hope your week ahead is really, really positive. I hope you choose to see the positive side of yourself in every aspect, in every situation. And I hope to see you back here again next week, my Taurus friends.